Hi, good night everyone. Here in this video we're going to see some different points, but the principal and main objective of this video is to make a purchase order about lenses. So, in first place, we're going to log in the web system. Here we have the account menu. We're going to click in login. Here we have the user and the password. If you remember, we registered a client in the past video, and we're going to use that same client to log in the system. Here we put the username, that is Corbin, and the password, that is. Clicking on login. The system is starting to load, and here we have all our menus. So, the first step is to add some addresses. Why? Because we must have a shipping address in every purchase order that we make. If we don't have it, we can't do any single purchase order. So easy, so simple. So we're going to proceed to register some addresses. Here we're going to have, if you can see, we have to register addresses, but I'm going to show you how can you add your own addresses. I'm going to put something very simple just to show you how to do it, but when you register your own addresses, you can put everything with zip code, streets, venues, numbers, internal and external. If it applies, doesn't matter. We're going to put New York 200. Click on add, and here it says successful operation. Let's click on close, and now we have one address added to our client. So step number 2, we're going to pass to make our purchase order. Here we have the order menu and lens. Click on lens, and here we have all the general information about the purchase order. We have the date, when it was created, the client name. Here in reference we can put anything we want. It is okay if we leave it in blank because it's an optional field. So let's put something like test purchase order. Here we have the shipping address. If I click in this, the system is going to show us the 3 addresses, including the one that I registered some seconds ago. So let's select our billing address and our shipping address. This is it for the general information of the purchase order. Let's continue seeing now everything about the lens order. Here we have 2 different ways to make our purchase order. Here we have the number 1, the lens patient order. Here we're going to select an index, and later that we select the index, if you could see, this little field was enabled. The lens we're going to select, and again the same. These 3 series, sphere and cylinder, were enabled. Here we have the series, and we're going to put the dimensions of sphere and cylinder. Here on comment, it's the same. We can put anything we want. And in quantity, we're going to put the quantity of lenses that we're going to buy. If we put something very crazy, maybe because of typo, something like, if I want to put something like 90, but I made a mistake and I clicked 90,000, and I click here and add to cart, here's what happens. The web system throws an exception error. And why did that happen? because it says insufficient product in this moment, available 20. So this is the reason. We are trying to buy more items that the inventory has at the moment. So if we put a number that is lower or equal than this one, this is not going to happen. So we have 20, we're going to put 2, and let's click here in add to cart. Here, number 2. Let's click somewhere else outside of this, and you could see that little green blink. That's because our register was successfully registered in our purchase order. And if we want to do all this, if we want to register more lenses, we must do this each time we want. So this is the number 1 way. The number 2, this is the lens grid order. It's an easier way for me, in my personal opinion, because we're going to select the index and the lens. Here in comments, it's the same, we can put anything we want. And if you observe very well in this video, this grid was enabled at the moment that I selected the lenses. Here we have this grid that has all the dimensions for this series of the lens, from 0 to 2 in the cylinder and from 0 to 6 in sphere. And it's going to happen the same that happened on the lens patient order. But the difference that is that this is a quicker way to register all our purchase orders. And if I make a typo mistake again, the system is going to throw us the exception error again. But if I put 1, it's okay. So when we finish, we must go here and we just must notify, and we must be sure that all the fields are correct. If you notice, I didn't have to put all these numbers here. This was an automated process. At the moment that I click the number here, the register was put here. So here we have this little field that says view data type. If we select all, the system is going to show me all the registers that I made for this purchase order, no matter the way that I did. Because if I select here patient order, it's going to show me just the 1 register that I made in this way. But if I select reorder, it's going to show me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I select all, here we have the 8 registers. So now let's go into click in checkout for finishing this process. Here we have the information, the customer invoice. Here we have the information about the Optical Best Buy, the direction with the zip code, the city, and the customer info, the shipping address and the name. Here we have all the lenses that we bought, the total amount. The courier service in this case is 0 because it exceeds the 80 bucks. So that's it. This is the way that we're going to make a purchase order for the lenses. Thank you very much.